Good evening, I'm Samriddhi Kesi and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal and Thailand force cooperation in sectors like culture and tourism. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli expresses confidence in elevating bilateral relations between two nations. Lawmakers demand a judicial investigation for the Tinkune incident. Government delays on committee formation. Police reiterates its effort to stop violence. Israeli army launches fierce ground operation in Rafah, warns of seizing a large part of Gaza. Families of hostages and missing persons condemn the offensive. And Lalitpur City FC secured their first victory in the ongoing Nepal Super League, defeat Pokhara Thunders by 3-2. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli has stated that the relationship between Nepal and Thailand has reached a new height. During a joint press conference with his Thai counterpart during his visit to Thailand, Prime Minister Oli expressed confidence that cooperation between the two countries will increase in areas such as culture, tourism, education and energy. He mentioned that discussions were held regarding further expanding the 65-year-old diplomatic relations and people-to-people ties between Nepal and Thailand. Prime Minister Oli expressed his belief that issues such as Thai investment and trade in Nepal's tourism sector, including hotel businesses and aviation services, would receive priority.
Elevating our close, cordial and long-standing relations to a new height through meaningful cooperation in several areas, including agriculture, trade, investment, tourism, cultural exchange, and regional and multilateral cooperation.
Prime Minister Oli also extended an invitation to Thai Prime Minister Shinawatra to visit Nepal. During the press conference, Thai Prime Minister Shinawatra stated that they would increase investment and participation in Nepal's aviation and tourism sectors.
In the areas of tourism, culture, trade, industry, medicine, agriculture, and academy.
She also mentioned that Thailand is positive about increasing the number of Thai Airways flights to Kathmandu and establishing direct flights to Lumbini. Nepal and Thailand have signed various agreements and memorandums of understanding concerning cooperation in the fields of culture and tourism. The bilateral meetings and signing ceremonies took place at the government building in Bangkok during Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli's visit to Thailand. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, who is on an official visit to Thailand, and Thai Prime Minister Shinawatra also addressed a joint press conference. He mentioned that they discussed further expanding the 65-year-old diplomatic relations and people-to-people ties between Nepal and Thailand. According to the Prime Minister's Secretariat, Foreign Minister Arju Rana Deuba signed the memorandums of understanding on behalf of Nepal. Likewise, on behalf of Thailand, Culture Minister Sudawan Wangchupakijos signed the Cultural Memorandum of Understanding, and Tourism and Sports Minister Soravong Tengthong signed the Tourism Cooperation Agreement. Moreover, an agreement was also signed between the Federation of Nepalese Chambers of Commerce and Industry and the Thai Board of Trade. Likewise, agreements were signed between the Confederation of Nepalese Industries and the Federation of Thai Industries, the Nepal Chamber of Commerce and the Tourism Council of Thailand. Agreements were also signed between Kathmandu University and Samyem University. The State Affairs and Good Governance Committee of the Parliament has decided to summon Home Minister Ramesh Lekhak to seek information about the violent incident that occurred in Tinkune, Kathmandu on 28th of March. The committee's meeting held today at Singadarbar decided to call Home Minister Lekhak at 11 a.m. on the 4th of April to gather information about the Tinkune incident as informed by the committee chairperson Ramhari Khatiwada. During the meeting, lawmakers demanded the government's response, emphasizing that this issue should be prioritized since Parliament is not in the session.
बैठक बस्छ त्यसमा गृहमन्त्री ल्याएर त्यो घटनाको बारेमा यथार्थ जनताका बीचमा लाने गरी हामी गृहमन्त्रीलाई बोलाउँछौँ भनेर तपाईहरुलाई अनुरोध गर्न चाहे।
In the meeting, lawmakers demanded the formation of a judicial committee to investigate the violent incident in Tinkune. Pro-monarchy demonstrators were involved in violent vandalism, looting and arson. During the demonstration, 2 people, including a journalist, lost their lives. Lawmakers have demanded the formation of a judicial committee to investigate the truth.
राज्यको निश्चित मापदण्ड बन्नुपर्छ कि पर्दैन? हामी कस्तो प्रकारको राज्य व्यवस्थालाई सिस्टमलाई विकसित गर्न चाहेका हौं। त्यसैले यो बेलामा म चाहिँ सरकारको गम्भीरतापूर्वक यसमा चाहिँ राज्य व्यवस्था समितिले नै ध्यान आकर्षण गराउनुपर्छ र चाहिँ सरकारले यस सम्बन्धमा चाहिँ समग्र छानबिनको लागि न्यायिक एउटा समिति बनाएर जानुपर्छ भन्ने आग्रह गर्न चाहन्छु।
आफ्नै भएको बेलामा आफ्नै प्रहरीले गरेको बेलामा चाहिँ नसमात्ने अनि अब चाहिँ छिटो भन्दा छिटो सरकारले ल्याउँछ समातेर ल्याउँछ भनेर भन्ने कुरा कसले बताउने? यो विश्वास गृहमन्त्री मान्य गृहमन्त्रीज्यूलाई बोलाउनुपर्छ अनि बल लैजानुपर्छ।
Lawmakers allege that Durga Prasad, who has been arrested, was released by the police. They expressed skepticism about police's claims of a swift rearrest, stating there is no base for the trust. Nepal police have claimed that they were forced to use firearms during a program organized by a royalist group in the Tinkune area of Kathmandu on March 28 due to the group's criminal intentions. At a press conference held at police headquarters today, spokesperson Dinesh Acharya stated that police had to resort to firing shots after receiving information that the pro-monarchy group had deployed criminal elements with the aim of seizing the airport and the parliament building. Police stated that the demonstrators had engaged in arson attacks in civilian homes and were preparing to set fire to media outlets and the airport's fuel depot, necessitating the use of minimum force. Police claimed that based on announcements made by the organizers from the event itself regarding the seizure and attack of leaders' home, groups were deployed to loot the airport, private residences, the parliament building and Bhatpateni supermarket. Police informed that 58 rounds of ammunition were fired to control the criminal activities, resulting 20 injuries. Police have stated that those involved in incident will face criminal charges and that main accused Durga Prasad, who fled from the crowd, will also be arrested.
व्यक्तिगत रूपमा व्यक्तिगत भार तोडफोड लुटपाट आगजनी लगायतका जुन हिंसात्मक घटनाहरू भए ती घटनाहरू हुने भन्ने चाहिँ यो अलिकति कल्पनाभन्दा अलिकति बाहिरको घटना ठुलो धनजनको क्षति भयो। अब त्यहाँनिर गएर तपाईँ भन्नुहोस् एयरपोर्टमा गएर ठुलो भयो अथवा चाहिँ जडीबुटीमा गएर त्यहाँनिर त्यहाँ भएको तेलहरू सबै जडेर त्यो ओरी ठुलै बस्ती नै सखाप हुने अवस्था भयो भने ती चिजहरूलाई नियन्त्रणमा लिनको लागि पनि त्यसमा प्रयोग गर्ने अवस्था हुन्छ।
According to the Ministry of Home Affairs, 40 houses in the Tinkune Koteshwar have been damaged. Efforts are underway to collect details of the damaged vehicles from the victims and relevant officers. 59 people have been arrested in connection with the incident and they are being investigated under judicial custody after obtaining the court's permission. Demands for a judicial inquiry into the violent incidents of arson and vandalism by the royalist groups on 28th of March in Kathmandu's Tinkune, Koteshwar and Jadibuti areas are being ignored by the government. These acts of violence against media houses, businesses, government offices and private residences are an attack on the federal democratic system. Despite Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli himself naming former King Gyanendra Shah as the instigator, no action has been taken to hold him accountable. Questions rise on the silence of government in forming a judicial investigation committee to probe the extensive damage and bring those responsible to justice.
The pro-monarchy group's violent protests on March 28th resulted in 2 deaths and attacks on media outlets, including Kantipur Television. The government-owned Jadibuti company and private homes were set on fire. Bhatpateni supermarket and private residences in and around Tinkune and Koteshwar were vandalized, looted and torched. These atrocities by the royalist group are a brutal assault on the people. 129 individuals, including Nepal police, police, armed police force and protesters were injured in the incidents. Police have arrested 59 people in connection with the violence and investigations are ongoing. However, Durga Prasad, considered a key suspect, remains at large. While the ruling and opposition parties are publicly accusing former King Shah, the government has yet to form a judicial inquiry committee to investigate the truth.
गणतन्त्र र राजतन्त्र बीचको अलमल र दोषारोपणलाई पनि चिर्न पर्छ। त्यो भएको हुनाले हामीले चाहिँ हाम्रो पार्टीको धारणा विशेष गरेर न्यायिक छानबिन समिति गठन हुनुपर्छ। यसले चाहिँ वास्तविकता के हो बाहिर ल्याउनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा हो।
The Council of Ministers has directed the Home Ministry to investigate. Leaders from the ruling coalition are also demanding a judicial committee. However, the government states that the Nepal police is capable of handling the investigation.
व्यक्तिका निजी सम्पत्तिहरुमा आक्रमण भएको छ, तोडफोड भएको छ, लुटपाट भएको छ, त्यसमा हुँदाखेरि यहाँ अपराधिक कार्य भएको छ। त्यसको अनुसन्धान गर्न नेपाल प्रहरी सक्षम छ, भइरहेको छ। त्यसमा हुँदाखेरि यसमा त्यो भन्दा पर गएर हेर्नुपर्छ भन्ने मलाई लाग्दैन। र त्यो हिसाबले नेपाल प्रहरीले अहिले अनुसन्धान गरिरहेको अवस्था हैन। व्यक्तिले त्यहाँ गरेको तपाईहरुले पनि देख्नु भएको छ नि त, तपाईहरुकै कार्यालयमा पनि तोडफोड भएको छ हैन। त्यसो हुँदाखेरि चाहिँ त्यो तोडफोड भएको कुरालाई प्रहरीले अनुसन्धान गर्न नसक्ने, गर्न नपर्ने भन्ने भएन।
The Home Ministry is preparing to release finalized damage statistics from the Tinkune incidents of March 28th.
कति ठाउँमा क्षति भयो, कहाँ के भयो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ हामीले संकलन गरिसकेका छौं। तपाईले यहाँले भने जस्तो त्यसलाई मोनिटरी टर्ममा, त्यो मौद्रिक मूल्यमा कति बराबरको क्षति भयो भन्ने लेभलमा चाहिँ त्यो कुनै पनि घर त तपाईको आगलागी भएर सबै भएको छ, त्यो घरभित्र कति सामग्रीहरू थिए हैन, ती सबैको एसेसमेन्ट गर्नुपर्ने हुन्छ। त्यो काम चाहिँ नेपाल प्रहरीले गरिरहेको छ अहिले।
The violent protests by the royalist group, which led to 2 deaths, arson, looting and vandalism, have instilled fear among the general public. With accusations flying on social media, the delay in forming a judicial committee to identify and prosecute those responsible has created uncertainty among citizens.
It is time for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we had asked you what's your take on government's development expenditure being limited to only 1/4 even after 8 months. 43% voted for option A, weak operational capacity, 38% voted for option B, policy-related issues, and 19% voted for option C, waiting for last-minute development. Here's today's question. What's your take on lawmakers' demand for a judicial committee to investigate the violent Tinkune incident? Option A, legitimate demand. Option B, political pressure. And option C, Home Ministry is capable enough to probe. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. It is time now for a short break. We have more news coming up. Welcome back. In our Public Voice segment today, we have asked in several provinces what should cooperatives do to maintain trust and savings and improve the economy. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सहकारीहरू बचतकर्ताको रकम सुनिश्चित गर्दै आफ्नो मापदण्ड अनुसार चल्दिनुपर्छ।
सहकारीको उद्देश्यहरू यदि त्यो लगानीहरू थोरै रकममा गएको भए निश्चित त्यो रिटर्न आउँथ्यो र त्यसले यहाँको समग्र अर्थतन्त्रमा राम्रो टेवा पुग्थ्यो।
कोही बाख्रा पालनको लागि, कोही अब कृषि फार्मको लागि लिनुहुन्छ अनि त्यसमा उपयोग नगरेर अर्कैमा लगानी लगाइदिनुहुन्छ।
सहकारीमा जम्मा गरिरहेछ उहाँमाथि पनि विश्वास गर्नु पर्यो। अब कस्तो कालको छ के छैन,
सदस्यहरूलाई उत्थान गर्नको लागि उनीहरूलाई केही रोजगारीको व्यवस्था गर्नु पर्यो कि त लघु उद्यम खोल्नु पर्यो।
सहकारीहरूले जो महिलाहरूले बचत गर्नुभएको पैसा हुन्छ त्यसलाई चाहिँ सुरक्षित गरिदिनु पर्यो।
नियम छ, कानुन छ, त्यो अनुसार बचतलाई हामी ऋणमा परिचालन गर्यो, उत्पादन क्षेत्रमा गर्यो भने
विभागले निकालेका निर्देशिकाहरूलाई चाहिँ फलो गरेर गयो भने पक्कै पनि हाम्रो जनताहरूको चाहिँ बचत सुनिश्चित हुन्छ र सुनिश्चित भइसकेपछि अर्थतन्त्र अगाडि बढाउनलाई सहकारीको ठूलो भूमिका हुन्छ।
बचतकर्ताको बचतबाटै उत्पादनमुखी चाहिँ कार्यमा चाहिँ अगाडि बढ्नुपर्छ।
जो बेरोजगारीहरू छ हैन, युवाहरूलाई उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ ऋण प्रवाह गरेर पनि अर्थतन्त्रमा सुधार गर्न सकिन्छ।
सहकारीहरूले आफ्नो विधानमा रहेर चाहिँ काम गर्यो भने बचत तथा ऋणलाई मात्र फोकस नगरेर त्यसरी काम गर्यो भने चाहिँ अलिकति हेल्प हुन्छ।
सहकारीहरूले काम गर्न खोज्दाखेरि त्यो अप्ठ्यारोहरू भएको छ, ती अप्ठ्यारोहरूलाई चाहिँ
खुकुलो पार्नको लागि चाहिँ के त ऐनहरुमै चाहिँ संशोधन गरेर जाने कामहरु चाहिँ गर्दिन पर्छ।
त्यो व्यक्तिमा लगानी गरोस् कि उसले केही न केही उत्पादनमूलक काम गरेको होस्।
राज्यले पनि सहकारी र सहकारीलाई चाहिँ राम्रोसँग लानको लागि त्यस्तै खालको नीति योजनाहरू बनाउनु पर्यो।
विश्वासै जित्यो भने पनि बिस्तारै बिस्तारै सहकारीको विकास गर्न सक्छ। सहकारीमा एक व्यक्ति एक सहकारी नीति राम्रो छ, त्यो नीतिलाई अगाडि बढाउनुपर्छ।
आफ्नो उद्देश्य अनुसार गयो भने अवश्य पनि अर्थतन्त्रमा सहकारीले धेरै नै राम्रो सुधार गर्छ।
Welcome back. Time for sports update.
Sports news.
Defending champions Lalitpur City FC have secured their first victory in the Nepal Super League NSL. In the match held today at Dasrat Stadium, Lalitpur defeated Pokhara Thunders 3-2. This marks the second consecutive loss for Pokhara. Lalitpur took an early lead in the 10th minute when a corner taken by Jonathan Cantilana deflected into the goal of Pokhara's goalkeeper Priso. Pokhara equalized in the 42nd minute with a goal from their marquee player Samir Tamang. Lalitpur regained their lead in added time of the first half. Cantilana provided a long pass from midfield and Imo easily scored in one-on-one situation. In the 75th minute, Lalitpur extended their lead with Cantilana scoring their third goal. Towards the end of the injury time, Pokhara's Joe Ido scored from the pass by Samir on the right wing, securing a 3-2 victory for Lalitpur. With this win, Lalitpur has climbed to the top of the league standings with 4 points from 1 win and 1 draw in 2 matches. Pokhara is at the bottom of the table with 0 points from 2 matches. Lalitpur previously drew 2-2 with Kathmandu Rangers in the opening game of the tournament, while Pokhara FC was defeated 2-0 by FC Chitwan. That is all for the moment. Up next is news in Nepali. Thank you for watching. Good night.